India is facing a metabolic crisis of staggering proportions. Over 100 million people are living with a diabetes diagnosis, and another 136 million have prediabetes. For the vast majority of these individuals, high blood sugar operates in complete silence. A person can walk around for years with elevated glucose levels, sustaining severe internal damage before they ever feel genuinely sick. By the time patients finally reach out for help, they often present at an advanced stage. The Indian Council of Medical Research, the national authority tracking this crisis, has highlighted how this silent phase places a crushing late-stage burden on the entire medical system. With hundreds of millions of people moving through this silent phase, catching the disease before it causes permanent damage is the only way to manage a crisis of this magnitude. It starts with learning to decode the body's subtle physical cues. Long before a clinical diagnosis is made, the body initiates a highly specific emergency sequence. Doctors call this sequence the 3 Ps. The first is polyuria, the sudden, unavoidable need to urinate excessively throughout the day and night. The second is polydipsia, which is a severe, persistent thirst. And the third is polyphagia, a state of extreme, constant hunger. These are not random discomforts or the natural quirks of aging. They are the result of a mechanical failure caused by one specific trigger, an overload of glucose in the blood. Normally, kidneys filter waste and return glucose to the blood, but excess sugar overwhelms this filtration. Glucose spills into urine, acting as a biological siphon. Through osmosis, it pulls massive amounts of water from your blood. Daily urine output spikes from 2 liters to over 3. This leads directly to the second P, polydipsia. Flushing 3 liters of water out of your system creates severe systemic dehydration throughout the body. Your brain recognizes the fluid loss and sends an immediate signal for replacement water. The result is a persistently dry mouth and unquenchable thirst. Trapped in a cycle, the more your kidneys flush out water to dump the sugar, the more your body demands you drink, creating a perpetual loop of drinking and urinating. The third P, polyphagia, creates a biological paradox. A person is eating constantly, yet they feel profoundly fatigued and are often losing weight. Insulin is the chemical signal telling cells to absorb glucose. In diabetes, these signals are ignored, or the pancreas fails to produce them. This leaves the bloodstream packed with fuel, while individual cells remain starved of the energy needed to function. Thick, sugary blood damages delicate nerves and capillaries, triggering secondary alarms, like blurry vision, tingling in hands and feet, and wounds that heal slowly. It is a cruel irony of the disease. The body is drowning in unused fuel, while its own tissues are starving. To confirm what is causing these physical alarms, doctors must move from observation to clinical data. They start with tests like fasting blood sugar and the oral glucose tolerance test. These measure how efficiently your body processes a sugar spike in the moment. Next is the HbA1c test. While daily sugar fluctuates, HbA1c measures glucose attached to red blood cells, providing a 3-month average of your levels. This diagnostic toolkit transforms vague physical discomforts into hard facts. It determines whether those 3 Ps point to reversible prediabetes or a lifelong chronic condition. Ignoring these physical alarms has severe consequences. Over time, that glucose cascade destroys microvascular structures, eventually leading to kidney failure, heart disease, and blindness. This chart from the ICFR tracks the disease's progression, from normal glucose tolerance through to complications and disability. But this damage is not inevitable. Halting it relies on primary prevention. Aggressive dietary modifications and physical activity are the first line of defense. When lifestyle changes aren't enough to bring the numbers down, doctors introduce pharmaceutical interventions, most commonly metformin, to lower glucose production in the liver. For severe cases, external insulin therapy remains the ultimate medical tool to bypass a failed signaling system, feeding starving cells and stabilizing the body's chemistry. Your body is a highly intelligent system. When it sounds the alarms of excessive thirst, of constant urination, and extreme hunger, it is asking for help. Listen to the 3 Ps, get tested, and take control of your metabolic health.